This is the Random Nintendo Podcast for whenever I give this file to Jason, because I will not be editing this episode tonight. To my virtual left is said person who will be uploading this to a streaming service near you, Jason.
Not only uploading, but making some generic images for it as well.
They're generic, but they're always one of a kind in my heart. And to my virtual left, Angel.
Hey, I'm Angel, and I hit go like maybe 1 or 2 seconds after you said go.
That's going to be fantastic for me to edit. How are you guys doing?
That was so funny to me.
Also pretty all right. I mean, a little slow as you can, as you will see. But overall all right. I feel like it's been a pretty chill last couple days. Went to Legoland. Honestly, not a whole lot to say about Legoland. It's great. It was fun. It's definitely more of like you get kind of out of it like the equivalent of like walking through like one of the lands in Disneyland, maybe like a couple of them. Actually,
Is that small?
It's like walking through the lands of Disneyland, but not getting on any of the rides. Because, they're clearly aimed at a younger audience, but the stuff you look around is still really cool. Like, it's just very tongue-in-cheeky, as you would expect from Lego. And it's really cool seeing, like, they have this exhibition, or not even an exhibition, it's just, like, a bunch of cities that they just built that just looks neat. And, yeah, it's cool kind of figuring out, like, oh, that's supposed to be Vegas. That's supposed to be New York. That is San Diego. There's a lot of San Diego for obvious reasons, because it's San Diego.
I pass by that place every day that I go to work.
Oh, actually, yeah. Funny you say that, because it came up when we were driving, and I finally noticed the Denny sign because you pointed it out. And
the Denny sign.
And
the
I would
very,
not have
very
noticed,
tall Denny sign.
Yeah, I would not have done it. No, I would not have noticed the Denny sign the way I did, unless you had pointed out. And now it's hard not to notice it, because it almost feels like, like the sign is like inching up right next to the freeway, going like, "Please notice me." It's just like the head.
It's also rather large, and it's not near anything else, so it really does stick out. Like, it's like blue sky, Denny's, nothing else.
But somehow I didn't until now, which is the thing. But yeah,
the S also doesn't work at the moment, so right now it's just Denny.
I've wondered. So
From
that
both sides?
sign
from one side for sure.
To set the
I
scene
think
for
to going to
ahead,
LA side.
that's true. We left really early in the morning because we wanted to be there by open. So we definitely didn't notice it on the way to San Diego, and I guess on the way back it would have been lit because it was like late. But yeah.
I was gonna say, to set the scene a bit for those who haven't done this freeway drive, that Denny sign is very tall because the freeway is elevated on like a hillside or something right there, and the Denny sign is on a huge pole that goes well below the freeway. And I've always wondered how they changed the light bulbs on it, because a cherry picker won't reach. You need like, I don't know, a fire truck, like a ladder truck or something. Like it's very tall.
And even then, like, I don't know if just like a regular fire truck will do.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Like, I'm surprised only the S is burnt out. I thought it'd be called like Den or just D at this point, because like, how often can they get the right truck? Or maybe they do it by helicopter and they lower the letter from the sky. I don't know. That'd be crazy. They don't do that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got.
All right, Jason, how about yourself?
I got to see the Mario Galaxy movie trailer on the big screen last night, and it was glorious. So I'm doing quite well. Thank you very much.
That means you saw Zootopia?
No, I saw Wicked for Good, which
Oh.
So I wasn't okay. I'll talk about it for a split second. Wicked for Good isn't bad, but its lighting and color grading are not for good. They are bad. I don't know what they're doing with that movie. Okay, I don't know if you've ever edited a photo on your iPhone and you go like the black point option. Like, there's saturation, contrast, brightness, whatever, and there's black point. And if you drag it, if you like spin it to the left, like going to negative black point, it just makes everything kind of like gray and it just dulls it. It feels like they did that to like half the movie, but the movie's very dark because it's the brooding one. It's the darker half of the story. And I was just like, what are they doing? Like, I never noticed this stuff, and it was sticking out to me so much. It's like, what are they doing with the color grading and the lighting in this movie? Like everything's backlit weirdly, so one's very dark. I don't know. It was an interesting style choice, but the movie's fine.
So is this
But
canon?
what?
Is it canon?
Well, it's Act 2 from the play, so yeah.
Hold on. Is it canon in the overall Wizard of Oz mythos?
Oh, I think so.
Interesting.
It's its own.
Or
wait.
I don't know if it's truly canon in the sense of
like-
does Frank Baum's family go like, yes, we support this, but it's enough of a following that's canon as far as most modern Oz fans, do they exist, are concerned.
Like if I were to watch, I mean, I've seen the original Wizard of Oz. So can you say, yeah, everything you saw in the original movie still basically happens and isn't contradicted in any way by something from the
You
movie
can quite
directly?
literally say it, and this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer, because you see it happening in parallel. It's this is true of the play as well. The
It's like
a
something I
lot of
really
the
wanna
story
ask
intersects.
If it happens the way I
You
think it
learn,
does, and I am
'cause-
curious.
Like, I
if
know
it is or not.
Hamilton is canon, right? But, like, Wizard of Oz.
canon about U.S. history? Like it's canon U.S. history? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Canon to
Okay.
the
Is it not? Are you trying to argue that it's not?
I think it probably is. Yeah. I think it's historic. Yeah, it's true to the America lore. Sure. Yeah. But yeah, no, Wicked very much. I mean, it's a prequel about how a lot of these characters came to be, and I mean like almost all of them. So yeah, it's canon. They're very directly. Act 2 in particular is very directly tied in. Like
Okay.
you see a lot of
Interesting.
it again from a different angle. Yeah. So, but what I actually wanted to say, can I say something about my reaction to the Mario Galaxy movie trailer? I know we have some folks here, Angel, on a
What?
media
You
blackout.
liked it? Wow.
Well, that's the thing. So I'm not going to reveal anything about the content of the trailer, but
Shocked.
without getting like too heady or like out there about it, I was kind of surprised by how I initially reacted to the trailer a few weeks ago when it was released. Like seeing it on the big screen, I was like, this is great because I kind of got used to it. But I was thinking about it like when I first saw the trailer, and it's so interesting how hype is something we can't like control for ourselves, obviously. But I didn't really like going into the Galaxy movie trailer. I was hoping to feel like the same rush of emotions as with the original Mario movie teaser. And then the trailer starts, and about half of it, again, no spoilers, is a single scene. And then the other half is a brief compilation of other things in the movie. And what was weird to me when I viewed it the first time, I was so dead set on feeling this insane degree of hype for this thing that I thought excited for, that I didn't even take that single scene at face value for what it was. I just kept thinking, come on, show me more. I want to see Easter eggs. Let's go. And then when they did show more, I was like, oh, that's it? Like it was, part of this was obviously my own doing, but I also realized just like how much the first movie was lightning in a bottle in terms of like my excitement. Like there were 30 plus years of Mario fandom I had that poured like out of me seeing the Mario world come to life in the way it did with its Easter eggs and all. And it's something that in hindsight, I should have realized before I started seeing the Galaxy trailer, it's only going to happen that first time. Like with the second movie, I've already experienced what Mario is in this medium. And I really like what I'm seeing with the Galaxy trailer. And I know as the movie gets closer, I'll become all consumed by its marketing in the same way as the first. Like even the other day, when I was at a movie theater for a rental family with you, Angel, I stopped and took a photo of the posters on the wall because I'm like, oh, the Mario movie poster. Or, like when I saw the trailer again last night, I had a smile on my face the whole time when seeing it on the big screen. But I'm not feeling like the glee that I felt the first go around. Like there was an air of mystery around if they'll pull off this movie, and like each new poster and trailer was just more and more confirmation that like, yes, it looks like they're pulling this thing off, and there's like this insanely fun hype train to be on, to have that like building momentum. And like I smiled when I saw the Galaxy trailer, but like every time I watched the first movie's trailer, like the muscles on my face like hurt how much I was smiling, and that didn't happen this time. And I was just ready, waiting to get back on that exact hype train when they did the Mario Galaxy movie direct. And it's, I don't know, a different train route now or something. Like I loved what I saw in terms of the references and what this movie seems to be representing in the broader Mario timeline, or the broader timeline of the games. I won't say more again because I don't want to spoil anything for you, Angel, but it didn't like hit in the way I thought it would. And I think it goes to show that you can't like fake yourself into that high of like pure hype as much as I thought I would get there. I just did not get there. And it's interesting because I've been reading people react to like the Metroid Prime 4 media previews that dropped right before Thanksgiving. And I bet a good number of people know what I'm talking about here, about like the hype not landing how you think. Again, no spoilers, because another thing you're in a
you never forget your
media
first.
blackout of, Angel. That's true, you never forget your first. But if anyone's been following the discourse on Metroid Prime 4, I think you'll see a parallel I'm drawing, not in anything with the content, but maybe in how you as a fan might be reacting to the content or how that impacts your hype or whatever. And I don't know, it's just kind of a weird eye-opening moment with the Galaxy trailer. Have you guys ever experienced anything like that with hype? Like when you're so certain you'll feel a certain level of excitement or a way about something, and you just don't quite get there in the way or to the degree you expected? Do you know what I mean?
Really hard to say because we're talking about a trailer. Maybe like specifically for a trailer.
Or just like when you
I'm
see the
sure
trailer,
that's
feeling that's how
happened.
you'll be towards the product, whether or not that's what it ends up being.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's happened many times. Like, and usually it ends up being like I tend to, what's the word I'm looking for? Where I usually I keep my expectations lower. I keep my expectations low. Not even like intentionally, just like, oh man, like this movie is gonna suck. Like it just kind of happens. Usually, I'll be more mentally critical towards this thing. I don't know. Maybe it's like a defense mechanism because I don't want to be disappointed. But whatever the case, like that just kind of happens. Like
Right.
it isn't really until like I'm watching it that a lot of those like we'll call preconceived biases from the initial viewing of whatever it is that become erased, just completely neutral. Like an example is the very first time I saw any footage of the Spider-Verse movies, I didn't initially think like, oh my god, this looks amazing. I was just like maybe a little underwhelmed. Like I don't even think like the art style like really kind of sunk in until, or how stylized it was, you know, like, or I wasn't really like feeling it until I actually started watching it, which made for, at least for me, like a much more amazing like viewing experience because I just had zero expectations. Maybe something a little more recent would be like Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like upon watching the first trailer, you know, first seeing Donkey Kong's, like, I think when you realize like, oh my god, this is going to be a Donkey Kong game, and then all of a sudden there's just, you just can't help but be like, oh, this part looks cool. This part doesn't look how I would have expected to be for, you know, your whatever you had imagined in your mind a Donkey Kong game would be in 3D. And of course, you know, DK's did that themselves, like, you know, seeing the Void crew for the first time. And yeah, it's like, I feel like, yeah, I could get more excited, but I just couldn't. And then obviously that's all completely different once I play the game.
Right. It seems like you almost learned to temper your expectations ahead of time, and I'm only now at age 36 learning I should do that.
Yeah.
Not that I know I'm going to love the Galaxy movie. I just was not. I was surprised how I didn't like go bonkers for the trailer as I thought I would.
Yeah, not just that, but like for trailers specifically, and this is why I've tend to not bother with trailers more recently, because all they do is set potentially unfortunate expectations. Maybe that's for the best. Maybe I should just watch the Mario trailer. No. This
Don't cave. I dodged spoilers for you this whole conversation.
Yeah.
Don't cave now.
I just remembered that I'm not watching the trailers for a different reason than like to set expectations. It's literally just to reduce how many references I know they're going to do, because obviously the movie's going to be chock full of references.
Yeah.
Like from musical to visual to sight gags to whatever. Like, you know, I just want to keep as many of those fresh instead of having like a tally board by the time I watch the movie. Like, oh, cool, I already knew a bunch of these, and that's just not as exciting. But yeah, like typically my impressions of the final product tend to be a lot just very different, whether it ends up being good or bad. I literally thought nothing. I think I saw one trailer for Expedition 33 before it came out. I don't remember which trailer it was, but nothing about the world or the character design or anything made me want to play the game. It just looked like, I don't want to say generic because it doesn't necessarily generic, but it just looked like some kind of, you know, just high fantasy RPG or something. Maybe not high fantasy is the right word for it. I'm kind of not really sure how to describe it, but nothing about it really stood out. it actually wasn't until like Kevin started describing it to me with more things that I can relate to. And and as I'm playing it now, I'm not going like, oh yeah, like becoming more endeared to the characters and naturally falling in love with the game instead of, I guess, like being drawn to it like a pie on a windowsill kind of thing.
Floating through the air off its fumes, off its not fumes, its scent. Kevin, have you? It's fumes, the pie fumes. Kevin, have you? Have you had this with like needing to keep or like getting overhyped or underhyped or keeping hype? I imagine with your animes you follow, it's a pretty common occurrence to gauge yourself almost.
With anime, I guess so. I immediately knew seeing that that Chainsaw Man trailer that it was going to be an absolute banger, and sure enough, it was. But I can't really say for certain that there's been something that I've been hyped for that, looking back, it's like, maybe. Oh, is what you're saying like has a trailer ever come out that's just like been underwhelming?
I don't know if underwhelming is the right word, but more like I set myself up for not being pleased no matter what because it's an impossible situation. Like in my head, the headcanon, if you will, of the Mario movie sequel, I had this whole other idea of what I would feel, and then I just didn't feel it because it's just the second Mario movie. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like the first experience. It was the second one. I've experienced it before now.
This entire time, as you guys have been talking, I've been trying to think, and nothing immediately comes to mind, quite honestly.
Well, maybe I feel slightly better that this isn't something that you guys have learned years ago. You just haven't experienced it here. Because I was like, wait, should I have not set myself up like this? But maybe I'm a weird use case, for lack of a better word, with this specific scenario.
I'm like sure I have, but it's just not coming to me right now.
And
You know what? Maybe
Wait, did I
Hades
not just
2.
describe what you said? Like, I mean, or what is it that made?
Well, actually, Angel, you sort of described how you avoid that happening.
Yeah, but sometimes it still happens. Like,
Right, fair,
with the
fair.
Donkey Kong trailer.
Yeah, true,
Like there are like things that are coming. Like like when I first found out how the Ninja Turtles were gonna look in their first like full-on animated movie, like that was kind of like you want to be excited, but there's also I guess like seeing but then kind of like not what I wanted to say there, but.
Actually, the Turtles are a good example because there's been many times with many different styles where I know you've been like, oh.
Yeah, but there hasn't been something quite like Mario because with the Turtles, they get a fresh coat of paint like about every 5 years.
Right.
So they're like the moment like a design comes out that just doesn't gel right with me, it's like, oh yeah, there'll be another one. So like it doesn't even like, and if anything, it makes you more forgiving. It's like, oh yeah, cool. Like let them get this like interesting experiment out of the way just so they could be satisfied and then move on to like something else.
Right.
But because obviously, a Mario movie specifically of this proportion, it's kind of a big deal for like a bunch of Nintendo fans. So like they kind of have to. It felt like there's more pressure to get it right the first time, at least like as much as they can with the look, because if they don't, it's probably going to be a really long time if ever that we like get one again.
Yeah,
because it's we're just going to be stuck with quote unquote that Mario. So like the moment I saw Bowser, and I'm like, okay, thank God, I like how he looks.
Right,
and sure, like when I see him on like the next trailer, I'm going to be like, okay, cool, he still looks the same. So. Yeah, like that moment, like that initial moment, you're never going to have it. It's just like that holding your breath moment and then exhaling when, it's like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, like there's some things to get used to here and there. I don't think it was as big a departure as Donkey Kong's current redesign was.
Or Sonic's initial design for the Sonic movie.
Oh, yeah. And even Sonic's current design, like, yeah, it's a lot better and it makes sense for it and it did grow on me. But, it was still kind of weird not seeing Sonic with his uni eyeball, but now if anything, his normal eyeballs look normal. But yeah.
Kevin, were you starting to say that you thought of something before we went on the tangent here?
I think maybe Hades 2.
Oh, interesting.
Probably the closest thing. Just because just because it looked like more Hades, and that was exciting. But then, especially like getting into the weeds of the game, especially just like early access, I'm like, oh, this is absolutely more Hades. Not that like there's anything wrong with more Hades. Hades is an almost perfect game. But yeah, once I definitely started getting into the meat and potatoes, it was like, okay, yeah, this isn't
lightning
as
in
that
the bottle feeling
exactly
was gone. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
honestly,
Nailed it.
the same thing could be said for any Smash Brothers after Brawl. Like the first time you get the reveal from Brawl, it felt like a big jump from GameCube to Wii. At least like, in character design and just sheer number of surprise characters. And besides like which character specifically came in Smash 4 for Wii U and Smash Ultimate, neither of those reveals I felt gave me like the same kind of like, oh my god, this looks crazy and amazing and new. Like it just felt, yeah, kind of like how Kevin described Hades. Oh yeah, it's just more Smash Brothers. A lot of the hype and nuance kind of came after the game came out already, or once we were like more settling into it and really appreciating it. But yeah, nothing compared to, yeah, like that. I mean, you remember the trailer? Was it like the 2007 trailer? The one with the first time they do like the name drop. It's Wario, name drop. It's Pit. Whoa, is that Meta Knight?
Oh
Blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
Pit soars in. Yeah, I
And then it
remember.
ends with like Snake coming out and he's speaking in Japanese, and
Yep.
it's like, whoa, like what's going on? Like, the transition from like the Melee graphics to the Wii graphics. They tried that again in Smash 4, but it wasn't the same. It was more like, cool, yeah, we got it. Just show us how it looks. Cool. Like you didn't mess it up. Like what are we updating now? Like we got the routine, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but that was like that was a big shakeup because it was like GameCube to Wii, and yeah, in more ways than one. Like no one looked the same at all. Like Mario looks way different, and just his face. Like everyone's just looks like a different model. I think arguably Peach is probably the one that looks the most similar to her Melee counterpart.
And the Smash examples, the Smash example is great because like it's not like there weren't still like little bursts of hype when they announced a cool collab character or something. But yeah, I see what you're saying, because that's kind of how I feel like with the Galaxy trailer. It was like there's a lot of little things they showed. I'm like, that's cool. That's a great reference.
Yeah,
I like that. But it's
again,
not the same. It's not the same.
Pretty much when they were playing
that's
like
Wishmaker
and like giving us like these like quote unquote like impossible characters like Banjo and the Soras and the King K. Rool and the Ridley. That's when we were able to get like that crazy hype. And now we're basically in that again, where now it's like, well, what else can they give us? They literally gave me everything. Like right now, like what character could they possibly throw in that at least like would give me personally that level of excitement that when I saw King K. Rool or Banjo. Like Waluigi, definitely not. It would just be like, oh, yeah, sure, like it was bound to happen eventually. Like I don't know.
It would have to be from Claire Obscure.
Something. It would just have to be something crazy out of left field. Yeah, like a character from Claire Obscure that'd be like, what?
No, not a character, a piece of bread, just a baguette.
Oh, just a baguette. Yeah,
just a baguette.
Or like like maybe they would get me to turn ahead if they play like Box Boy and Box Girl, just because I just like, all right, how are you guys gonna make this work? But now but now so many people are doing like the mod. I think I showed you like this modded Tetrimino that people did. And
that was so cool.
And
we should put that in the show notes. Angel timestamp 2345. Let's put that on timestamps. Everyone go watch this YouTube short of someone that hacked a Tetrimino as a playable character in Smash. It's actually really awesome.
Done really well. It's kind of crazy.
Super well. But I would love you went on it. Interesting. I know some indie games have done this. It would be really cool if obviously Nintendo doesn't know how to follow up Smash Ultimate with like Ultimate-er. But it would be cool if they kind of swerved and did like eShop Smash Bros. Like all the weird little niche Box Boy and Box Girl, Dylan from Dylan Rolling Western, Rusty, Real Deal Baseball, where he throws like
people
coins
that were delegated to like assist trophies because Dylan was one.
Yeah, exactly. Like push mode, crash mode.
Yeah, they do have characters that could be surprising, but it's not gonna be like we fantasized about like what Banjo's moveset could be kind of deal. Versus all of these characters are just like, well, that's cool. Like that came out of left field, but like,
I'm sorry, you've never fantasized about what the moveset of the block or whatever from Kersplunk was, or what the Quetzal corner final smash would be. Corridors, right? Corridors. You haven't fantasized about how that corridor would be a great final destination stage. Wow.
Like, honestly, like, if they somehow, like, you know, if they added Rusty and somehow incorporated his haggling mechanic into his fighting kit, like, that'd be amazing. But it's not going to be like a mind-blowing thing. Something,
of course. Yeah.
Like, something that would be mind-blowing and what, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 already took its fire. Or not its fire, it's, like, Phoenix Wright would have been, like, the only character I could think of that, like, you know, he feels like as much of a Nintendo character to me as he does just a generic video game character at this point, because he's been on everything, even mobile devices.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I didn't even consider Phoenix Wright as an option for a character in a fighting game because I just didn't even think that they would bother to try to figure it out. But the fact that they did it and they figured it out made it like that much more of like a mind blow. Like, when I finally saw him, like, I don't know, maybe do this trick, dude. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Or, you know, or like the Ninja Turtles. It's like surprised me with something that I'm not even expecting because my expectations for it are so low. But it's something I actually would want. It's like they knew what I wanted without me even knowing it, because it was just not even frame of mind, I guess.
I'm getting really into this idea.
Give me Candon from Metroid Prime Hunters. Like,
not even Silex. Okay, I was gonna say I'm really getting more and more into this idea of like the obscure like 3DS and Wii U eShop era, and like have Nikki from Swapnote, have the bag mascot from the 3DS eShop that kind of danced around while your stuff downloaded. Have like if they kind of leaned into it and made it kind of goofy, and it was like the opposite of Smash Ultimate, like Smash Minor Leagues or something, and it's all these like C tier Nintendo characters. That would be a fun download only stopgap until they figure out what to do with real Smash Bros. Well, I don't know how it would do longevity wise, but as a kind of flash in the pan, you know, release calendar filler for a couple months, it could be fun. It could be kind of a fun thing to do.
I mean, if they really wanted to, like, you know, throw in a wrinkle to the platform fighter, they could incorporate what I think it might be Marvel vs. Capcom 1 or Marvel vs. Street Fighter. Oh, no, or Capcom versus Street Fighter. Yeah, that one. Where you have like you basically pick your two characters in that one, but then you also pick like assists. Like, characters are like only assists. Like, they're not available as like fully playable characters. Their only function is to be like one or two attacks that you like call in, get a little help, and then they leave. And, you know, that also basically, yeah, I guess that makes them like more thought out assist trophies.
Right.
Because depending on the combination of characters you pick, like, oh, Bowser goes well with this character or this character if you're a more aggressive or if you're more defensive person or blah, blah, blah. Or if you're playing with a bunch of people, you want to go with, I don't know, the sushi striker guy. Because
now we're talking.
Really good.
Yeah, that's the era we got to hit. Although that was Switch, but yeah, it's interesting because I mean, it kind of goes back to the Mario Galaxy movie. What was? Oh yeah, it was. That's the tail end of it. Yeah, it was on Switch as well. They did a port.
I think it was simultaneous, right? If anything.
Yeah, I think so. But no, this kind of goes back to the Mario Galaxy movie trailer almost, because I saw someone made a comment. Like, there is a group of kids that like the 3DS, Wii era is like super nostalgic for them. Like what our N64, Super Nintendo, NES was, is their Wii U, 3DS, DS. Because I saw some comment on the Mario Galaxy trailer, and someone's like, us Wii kids are going to storm the theater and make this the biggest movie ever. And it took me a second to realize, yeah, all the kids that grew up with the Wii as their first console, or let's say maybe even like the DS as their first handheld, are now like the college kids that just out of college, which is scary to think about. But the Wii came out in college right now, yeah, because 2006, and it's going to be 2026 next year. These are like the Gen Alpha, Gen Z borderline, like the next gen of the kids that, or the market, when everyone markets to a certain generation, a certain age group, it's them. So if Nintendo were to do some sort of weird nostalgic little piecemeal half-step Smash thing, this is the right nostalgia era. Like, think of all the people excited for Tamagotchi Life coming back next year. on the Switch 2. I mean, on the Switch 1. There's a whole generation that grew up with this stuff that it's now. Like what the Mario movie was for us with its references and nostalgia in a lot of ways is what the Mario Galaxy movie is going to be for these kids with its references. So there's definitely a ripe audience for Nintendo to like go into that era of their IPs, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that like, how long was it before from the last Rhythm Heaven? Like almost a decade?
Since the last one?
Since the 3DS.
The Rhythm Heaven Gold was 2015, yeah.
Oh my
Or
god.
2016 maybe. Maybe 2017. It was before the Switch. So 2015 through 17. Somewhere
Yeah,
in there.
but
So
we
almost
were
8 to 10
in
years.
college?
No. When Gold came out? No. The 3DS one? No. Oh, no. Sorry, not Gold. Megamix. Megamix
Yeah, I
was the
was gonna
most
say, why did you
recent.
call it
That was
Gold?
2017 or 16. Yeah. That was the one they shadow dropped at E3.
Gold is the one in Japan. And that was just
Yeah,
a DS.
yeah. Megamix is the one they shadow dropped. My bad.
Wow.
Even the Rhythm Heaven singing guys could be characters in my Smash.
Honestly, yeah. That is
minor
the-
league, Super Smash Bros. Minor League. Go ahead and copyright that, Nintendo. It's all
Wow.
yours.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
I forgot about the Rhythm Heaven crew. That would be someone that would be. That would be the only character because I do really, 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 really love that franchise, but have zero hope that they would ever put any character from their was be damned and all that. So if they do actually put it in, that is the only thing I could think of that would give me that feeling again. Make me
Right,
feel
right.
alive. So
I'm
there's
gonna
still
keep
hope.
digging
There's still
down
hope.
this Smash Bros. Minor League idea. Nintendo Switch Online, make it
I
part of
never
the
wanna cut
package, or
minor
make
league,
it
though. I
available
feel like
at
they
a
could
cheap
figure something
price
else out.
for that package, and then tie it in with some of the Switch Online games. Play as Chibi Robo, then go check out his game on Switch Online with your
Oh
subscription.
yeah,
for
it will have
$50 a year.
been 10 years when this one comes out because it did come out in 2016.
16. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm just saying, Nintendo, free idea, take it, please. You'll make maybe $10 because I don't know how many people actually care about these characters, but I like to think it's enough do that'd be a funny little eShop game. Anyway, that was a crazy tangent. Sorry,
Wait, were
Kevin.
we pleasantries?
We had an episode you were hosting at some point a while ago.
Yeah,
was
I
that,
thought that Super Mario Galaxy trailer. It's all right. All right. Anyways, on to the
Yeah, I just
doc.
want to say something real quick about Mario Galaxy. My God, Jason.
Yeah, sequel
Then I'm about
to a that was definitely a movie. That,
I know. I hold it in much higher regard. I always think
You're not
back
allowed to mention that movie until after it comes out.
I always
I'm
think-
also kidding, Jason.
No, I was just saying. I
I know-
always
I know-
think
I know
back
you
to
love
the
that movie.
episode where we covered where we talked about the movie, and you posted a screenshot of the waveform on your Twitter, and it was like all me and like a sliver of you guys because I was just gushing about that movie for like 45 minutes straight at minimum. Good
Yeah.
times. Good times. I love that
Great
movie. I've
times.
seen it like 8 times. Never the same way twice, which is weird.
Okay.
Somehow I've never
so
seen it in the same format.
You haven't seen it in the same format?
I saw it in, I've seen it 4DX, IMAX, in Japanese
Regular.
regular screening, on the back of an airplane seat,
Inside
in a
Out.
hotel in Mexico,
Reversed.
on like a random Mexican HBO channel. And I think
Shirtless.
at Angels in slow motion. We watched it frame by frame, but we only got to like 10 minutes. Wait, were you asking if I was shirtless when watching it in Mexico?
No, that was one of the ways, right? That's one of the formats.
I mean,
You
to
saw
be fair,
shirtless.
when we were in Mexico, when I was watching it, it was, I kid you not, on my honeymoon. That was what. So
So shirtless,
but-
got it.
I'm just saying, it was
what stays in Mexico, ladies and
what
gentlemen.
happens
these-
in the somewhere between Cancun and Tulum, and that little gap in between stays in that gap between Cancun and Tulum. And I saw it frame by frame at Angels, and that's 7 already. And I think I've seen it just regular on a TV, so 8. Never the same way twice. I'm a weird man.
Okay, let's go into the docket here. We've heard Jason talk enough. Let's go into crap. These are all Jason.
No, right? Well, yeah.
Let's go-
There's
let's go-
nothing that's
okay.
exclusively not me.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go into Rental Family.
Angel, you organize that. You can talk about it first.
Jason, you were there. You like to talk.
I do,
All
but
right, fine,
as
fine,
Kevin
fine.
noted, I've been talking.
So, in an effort to, make use of, like, killing traffic because traffic sucks. And also, I think just like walking around, and, you know, I think I literally saw a billboard. This is how I first found out about this movie, the new Brendan Fraser flick, Rental Family, where Brendan Fraser plays the role of actor that literally is the role of many different, I guess, people in other people's lives. Sometimes a family member, sometimes a journalist, just whatever needs for, just whatever someone needs in Japan. And yeah, I asked Jason and another friend to go watch it. They felt like it, and I enjoyed it. It was, I think the best way to describe it was pretty melancholic, and yeah, Brendan Fraser, very good at making funny faces, but also just has a very expressive face, and I'm sure part of it is because his eyes kind of bulge out. It almost feels like they bulge out more now than they did when he was in like George of the Jungle or The Mummy.
Such an odd thing to be the first thing you say about the movie, but you're not wrong.
But it just stands out. Like literally,
it does.
Like in the first scene, like where he's just like kind of sitting down, like half of what he's doing is just like eyebrow stares, like, you know, just like big stares with his eyes, like little darts, and like just, you know, just him reacting. It's just he's doing a lot of facial acting. But yeah, due to just like I guess the stigma of mental health in Japan, there's, you know, these characters. Well, yeah, Brendan Fraser ends up working for this company whose role is just to essentially provide the feeling and support that someone may be looking for to deal with, you know, whatever, maybe it's a trauma, maybe it's just like a missed memory, like if, say, for example, their father passed away many years ago, maybe they want to hire someone to play the role of the father. They tell them the details, or they want someone to do this or that. And yeah, then they just perform it to more, I guess gore-oriented things, like pretending to be the mistress you cheated on your wife with so that you can have the person you hire give an apology and maybe like make it seem like you weren't completely at fault. Like, oh yes, please tell my wife that you came on to me, that it was all you, and that I should be forgiven, kind of deal. You know, like it runs the gamut, and you know, and I guess shenanigans ensue. We'll say, but yeah, I mean, if you like, it's kind of a chill movie too. I mean, if you just want to watch a movie set in Japan, they have a lot of great B shots of this, you know, the city, or B-roll, I should say. And yeah, if you also miss Brendan Fraser, I feel like now because of this, I want to watch The Whale.
Yeah, same. I never saw it before, but now I'm intrigued too. Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of, it's just slipped past me.
That movie is incredible. If you thought this movie was melancholic.
And,
yeah, I can imagine.
It's been a while since I've seen a very
Everyone take note. Everyone take note. That was not me who made that pun. Just the few times I don't make the bad pun, and you call it out as
please.
I'm not
so
always
much.
the problem. I'm not always the problem.
But yeah, that was Rental Family.
Well, to elaborate on that a little,
Jason, what did you think of the movie that you also saw with Angel? Nonetheless,
it was melancholic and had some nice B-roll of Japan, and Brendan Fraser's eyes pop out. Okay, next movie. No, I actually really liked it. Yeah, so it's billed as a comedy, and going into it, the only thing I knew about it was Conan O'Brien, when he went to Japan, did a bit with one of these rental family agencies, which is a real thing in Japan. So I kind of went in with like the Conan perspective of it, and was kind of expecting it to be like more of a comedy than anything else. And I was very pleasantly surprised at how much it wasn't just a comedy, definitely more of a dramedy. I'd say the back third, it gets actually quite like emotionally heavy. And yeah, it's a really nice, God, it's gonna sound so like I'm like so pretentious. I'm not trying to be. It's like a nice meditation on the concept of human connection versus loneliness. Like, I don't know how to word that, but like it feels like a nice story about the importance of connection and how people find connection and how you can sort of form your own family versus the family you have or don't have. And yeah, I was very impressed with it. And to Angel's point, had some really nice shots of Japan. If you like trains, like some people just love seeing trains. There's a lot of actually good like B-roll, like passing setup shots, like establishing shots of just trains. There's a scene where they're in a train, but there's just a lot of like trains along the ocean, trains in the fort. Like there's a couple trains that kept trains in the city, and I was like, oh, look at those nice trains. So yeah, it's a good movie. It has good heart. Very heartfelt. And definitely runs like I think I said this in my post about on my socials, but it runs like the gamut of emotions, well beyond just being a comedy, which I was surprised by. There's some very tender and touching moments. So yeah, I'd recommend it as well. And it's kind of, it almost feels like kind of not a slice of life of Japan, but kind of in a way of like it really, it's kind of like Lost in Translation, where it's just like one of those movies where it's just like you get a good feel of like, oh, Japan. And kind of like the ins and outs of it. And I feel like there's a lot of movies that are like lonely people in Tokyo. And this one goes beyond Tokyo. It's in the countryside. It's in the other cities. So it's good. I liked it.
Nice. George of the Jungle had a direct-to-DVD sequel. And they didn't get Brendan Fraser for that, obviously.
This sounds familiar.
But I think it has
in the movie as well. But
it was it was acknowledged. The narrator says something along the lines of like, "Yeah, hey, you're not George," and then George goes, "Yeah, Disney was too cheap to pay Brendan Fraser to come back."
Wow, that's intensely fourth wall breaking.
I will always love that joke.
I did not remember was that. That's not even on the nose.
That's so on the nose. That's like they kicked down the fourth wall to hit the fifth wall, and it dominoed into the sixth wall or something. Like
yeah,
that.
I will always love that joke. That joke is so funny to me. It's pretty great, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, they're not making a George in the Jungle 3, but they are rebooting The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. So there you go.
Yeah, I did see that. Don't know how I feel about it.
I think, it depends on. I don't know. It'll depend on the vibe they go for. I mean, obviously they're going to try and capture the feel of the original, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of torn.
Yeah, I really like that first movie. I honestly don't even remember watching the first or the second. Oh, I'm sorry, the second or the third.
I think I only saw the first, actually. Come to think of it. Oh, no. I've seen part of Scorpion King, if that counts. God, that's CG.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure, we'll count it.
It's part of the extended Mummy universe. You know, we all talk about the EMU. The emu. Like the bird. The emu. We all talk about the extended Mummy universe. It includes the Tom Cruise one. The emu.
No, that was part of the Dooku, the Dark Universe, Cinematic Universe.
The Dooku and the emu are actually two parts of one Venn diagram, and in the middle is just movies that don't work. That's the thing they have in common. Scorpion King and that Mummy reboot just did not work.
Okay, going on to the next entry in the docket. Jason, Stranger Things Ciclavia event.
Yeah, okay. So, have you guys been inundated by marketing for Stranger Things? Because I was for 4 straight miles, and it was actually quite fun. No, but have you guys seen the
about it in great detail?
Yes. But I don't know if I did. Did I say it in great detail?
I know you.
But yeah, have you guys seen?
Oh, you showed me. Wait, what the heck? Wait, when did I see you in person? That I think you showed me a picture, and I was like, oh, that's kind of.
Cool. Well, I posted it on the Instagrams, so maybe you saw it there.
Huh.
And we saw each other for Rental Family like the next day.
Maybe it was then, because I remember thinking like, oh, I thought this took place at night, but it wasn't a day.
Yeah, no, you said that. Yeah, I remember you saying that. It was before we saw Rental Family, which was coincidentally at night.
Okay.
But
sure
yeah,
the
so
timeline works in my head, and I'm not going crazy. But anyway,
no, you're good. You're good. It's important to have your. I feel like we've talked a lot about canon in this episode. It's important to have your sequencing in the canon correctly. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys have noticed how absolutely insane the marketing is for the final Stranger Things season. I don't know if you guys have watched the final. Really, it's go into like a grocery store. It's like every third product is Stranger Things.
I don't
Cookies,
go outside.
Chips.
I literally
drinks.
go from house to work to house. Nothing in between.
Well, next time you go past that Denny's sign, it's gonna be upside down because Stranger Things. Yeah, no, but it's everywhere. Like if you go into anything that's like branded, it's like everywhere. first and foremost, 5th season, volume 1, pretty fun, goes very fast. They're really obviously trying to like close things, like, wrap things up. So it's just very just like plot driven, but it's fun.
I saw the first
but
episode.
what was really, what was that?
I saw the
you saw the first episode?
Yeah, that's That's the first episode of Stranger Things I've ever seen.
That's
confused.
a weird one to jump into, but sure.
A little confused, but yeah, like I was like, I don't know who this character is. I definitely don't know who that character is. Don't know that one. Huh? I don't know any of these characters. I wonder why.
I will say, I wonder why you don't. I will say the first episode of the new season, I mean, the whole show leans very heavily on 80s tropes, like 80s show and movie tropes. So they have like a bullying scene and it's very like 80s bullies. But there was even some of that. I was like, oh, this is a little cheesy. Like, it doesn't usually get that cheesy at times.
Speaking of, I saw a tweet that pissed me off of somebody saying that, oh man, I forgot what the tweet was. I think it was something about, like, they were that the Duffer Brothers were in high school during 9/11, and then they iterated something else right after along the lines of, like, I hate how the show is, like, almost manufactured 90s nostalgia. When, if I remember, and then I went to the Wikipedia, they were born in 84. So... No, it's not. I hate the internet so much.
There is this thing that culture does, and I think we talked about it on the podcast before, where culture loves to build something up and then tear it back down. So Stranger Things, it hits a point, and this happens with Taylor Swift, this happens with anything. Everyone's like, oh my God, best thing ever. And then they're like, actually, everything about it sucks. It's just like, can we have, like, you don't need to go to polar extremes here. Like, there's stuff I've seen about, like, people taking a photo from one of the scenes of Stranger Things, like, wow, the blocking in this shot is so bad. None of them are facing each other. This is like a high school play, but worse. And I'm like, yeah, well, if you watch the scene, they're facing a door where something just happened, and they're talking while watching to make sure the thing doesn't come back at the door, and the camera is where the door is. So they're facing that way, but they're talking to each other because they're guarding. But no, we have to talk about how the blocking is like, it's a high school play, but worse. How'd this ever pass anything? How is Netflix so bad? Like, the show has flaws. The show's not perfect, but just like the amount of like things people try to find to like drag something down because it got too popular is always bizarre to me. That said, because something got so popular, like Stranger Things, they're able to do cool events like this thing I went to. So Sunday going into Thanksgiving week, there's a thing in LA, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, Ciclovia. Basically, they shut down large chunks of public roads here in LA, like major streets, to cars, and they let you bike, skate, rollerblade, walk, whatever, down these giant, like, multi-mile stretches. And usually it's community-driven, and it's, like, volunteer-led, and it's kind of like a very extended, long block party of sorts. Like, stores will put stuff out, and there'll be music and that sort of thing. Stranger Things being very closely tied to kids on bicycles, especially season 1, they basically sponsored one. So they shut down 4 miles of Melrose here in LA, from the Fairfax area, for those who know
to
LA,
be clear,
to
technically it's Ciclavia.
Ciclavia
Shutting
yes.
down, not Stranger Things necessarily.
Well, it was in conjunction. So Stranger Things sponsored the Ciclavia and worked to get probably to help get the permits or whatever. But yeah, Ciclavia was doing the heavy lifting of working with the city because they had the connections, but the entire thing was Stranger Things branded and sponsored. Well, usually it isn't. So the entire 4 miles, they had Stranger Things stuff. Yeah. So there's like a huge stage at one end. They called it One Last Ride because it was, the end of Stranger Things. So how it worked is you had a 4 mile stretch down Melrose, and stores like put out food, and there's a store that was giving out free Pokemon cards to kids, which I thought was really kind of fun. Not all Stranger Things related, just kind of fun, just random, common cards, but still, you just walk up and get a card. But they had like, the street shut down, and then at one end they had this whole stage set up, and they had like a bunch of tents and photo ops and activations, and then they had a stop in the middle that had more photo ops and activations, and they had a stop at the other end, which is Vermont, which was all the way down past the 110, essentially, or the 101 maybe, basically the edge of Silver Lake and Echo Park. And you could just go, and it was like, Melrose is a very... For those not familiar with LA, but Melrose is a big popular shopping street. It's a big fashion street. It's like very trendy. So the fact that they just shut it down and like made it this like 4 mile block party was really cool. And then what was also really cool was how well they themed it. Like, it was a really well done event. So on one end, like I said, they had a whole stage and they debuted some new footage. They leveraged the fact that they had all these brands doing partnerships for a show. So they're, Gatorade was giving out free drinks for everyone that was biking, and all the Gatorades were like in 80s style logos with like an upside down logo, and they're giving out towels. And then like Doritos brought back like the mini 3D Doritos from back in the day, and they were Stranger Things themed, and they had them at like stops along the way, and they're just passing them out to bikers. And like various other, like Eggo had like people dressed as waffles, because waffles were a thing with 11 in season 1, and they were like on skateboards kind of roaming around. And what was kind of fun about it is, so you get to do this bike ride through a part of LA you can't normally do it through, and it was kind of really, like, it was fun to get to like go through Hollywood and everything and just be on the streets. But then Netflix made themed bikes. So as you're biking along, there was stuff passing you, or you were passing it, that was directly related to Stranger Things. So they had, like, for those familiar with the show, they had like the Scoops Ahoy ice cream shop. They built like a boat, and they were dressed in the Scoops Ahoy outfits, and they were just like biking along as like this boat. They, from the season that had the pizza delivery boy, they had a bunch of like fake stoner kids on like a pizza delivery truck, quote unquote, which was really a bike. They had people dressed as 11 in the hospital gown where she like breaks out of the facility in the early seasons, and just kind of like walks with like the nosebleed in the show. They had people just, a couple actresses just walking up and down the whole, like, chunks of the route just as 11, like not like ignoring people, just dead stare ahead. Like, it was very well. They had people dressed as Demogorgons. They had one bike that was led, quote unquote, by Demodogs, which are like the Demogorgon dogs. It was almost like a Santa sleigh, but it was Demogorgon and a Demogorgon and Demo dogs. They had like someone dressed as Vecna who was carrying like a lab tech or something strapped to the back of the bike. Like, they really like made it pretty fun. Like, even if you're just biking, there are like all these little nods and stuff. They had like the Hawkins High School cheer team with like a mascot that were like doing like things. And then each stop you went to, different photo ops from the show, the lights with the letters from season 1 with on the couch, like the iconic thing, or they had like the radio station from the new season, different things you could pose with. They had ways you could strangify your bike. So they were giving out like bike bells and bike lights and spoke cards, which I don't even know what those are. They're just cards that were all Stranger Things themed. You just, pull up with your bike and they just hand it to you. Like, it was a really well done event. And then if you, I forgot part of it. They also had a scavenger hunt. So they gave everyone pamphlets and they lined the street. So they bought like maybe half the billboards along the 4-mile route and made them Stranger Things billboards. They worked with a lot of the restaurants along the route, like Voodoo Donuts and Pink's Hot Dogs both had themed food, for example. And they had a scavenger hunt where if you see certain things, if you spot certain like official cosplay, like the bikes I was describing, if you see certain billboards, if you get certain food, whatever, if you collect 5 things, if you pose for photos, you basically get to go to like a winner's circle of sorts that was back at the Fairfax end, and you show them your thing, they give you a stamp, and you go around to the back of this parking lot, and then you go in and they have more snacks, swag. I ended up with like 3 shirts, a bandana, a tote bag, like all this, all the bike accessories, and it was all free. And it was just a really well done, it was like a 4-mile Comic-Con brand activation. Like, it was really well done. So whoever organized that at Netflix, I thought I'd be there maybe an hour or 2. I ended up spending nearly like 6 hours. Like, I was out the whole day. Because I'd like stop and take pictures and go back and da-da-da-da. And at one point I lost my scavenger hunt cards. I had to go redo a few things. So that's partly why it took 6 hours. But it was a really cool event. Like, it was just nice to be out. It was a really nice day.
But at the same time, considering how elaborate this sounds, you said 6 hours?
I was there like 6 hours, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, that does add up. Cause
wait, 5 and a half, yeah.
5.5, yeah. Because like, you're going to go like on a little mini anecdote. Man, for a very tiny activation of Zootopia 2 at Century City.
Yeah, that was cool.
You really milked that. It was good. It was like watching the RT sport. No, yeah, you like how long you wanted to stay there and like get a picture of everything. And I feel like right now we're done after like 5 minutes, and you were like,
"Yeah, I love movies. I love being marketed to. I've said it before. I mean, it's Comic-Con, E3, whatever. I enjoy being active. I enjoy being activated by the brands. But yeah, they to your point. One of the nice things about being in LA is they do a lot of stuff relating to stuff here in LA, like film industry and stuff. So at the mall near me, they had a Stranger Thing. A Zootopia. They basically made a little like pop up. It was just a photo op, but they had like a giant bench and like a Zootopia logo and all these things that kind of were like small for small animals. They had like a crosswalk that had like stop and go lights at 3 different heights, including like mouse height. And then on the side of the mall, like a couple steps over, they bought huge ads along the side of the building that were puns from the movie. So it was like instead of Sephora, it was Zoophora. Instead of Rolex, it was Molex. And they had these huge, like multi-story tall ads for these fake brands. It just, and then to your point about movies, they redid the marquee at the AMC. So it didn't actually say AMC. It said Zootopia, and then they put a fake facade. And on that facade, they put a fake retro movie theater sign that just said the movie spelled MOO. Because cow, pun, Zootopia. But yeah, just like stuff like that, I'm such a sucker for it. But the Stranger Things one was legit really cool. Like it was a really fun way to like go on a bike ride for a few hours. And also shout out to Metro, like LA's public Metro. I didn't realize they have this, but they have bikes you can rent with an app, kind of like City Bike in New York. And they brought like 24 in like a pop-up rental spot. So at the one end of the Stranger Things thing, you can just rent a bike. You just get an app, you pay like $5 and, just ride it. And I was able to do that and back and just give them the bike back. And it was very convenient and really easy. And yeah. So,
Wait, you didn't know about that?
Thing. I didn't know that it was set up in the way that City Bike was in New York, where it's literally just an app and you just like
Oh yeah, that's been a
pop
thing
it off. Yeah,
forever.
I'm a late bloomer when it comes to the bikes, I guess. But
Yeah, that's been
no, but it's really convenient. It's really nice. Like I'm seriously like, oh, if there's times I was in some part of town and just thought I'd like go for a bike ride, I'd totally just rent the bike for a bit. Like it's so convenient.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the Stranger Things thing. It was pretty cool. I was impressed. And the show's fun, and I'm looking forward to Volume 2. I will say without spoiling anything, the last 5 minutes of Volume 1, yeah, that was good stuff. Good stuff.
Wow. Well, I still have to watch Volume 4 and then this.
Yeah,
Well, it'll be season
volume
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Season 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then within Season 5 are Volumes 1, 2, 3. Or Volume 1, 2, and then the finale.
I still have to watch Season 4 and then Volume 1.
I still have to
Season 5.
watch Season 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Volume 1 of Season 5.
But you don't have to watch that first episode of Season 5, Kevin, because you already saw it.
True.
You can skip that one.
A lot of things will make. I'm sure a lot of things will make more context. when
Probably.
Honestly,
yeah.
when I see
You
the
set
series.
yourself up perfectly for the Angel Method, where now you just need to watch
It's
the
just-
final episode of Volume 2 because you've watched the first episode of Volume 1 and you're good.
No.
Well, he
I
watched
saw
the-
the first episode of Stranger Things Season 5.
Well, that's the Angel Method. You just watch a random piece and then you jump to the end.
Oh, got it. Okay, Season 2, Episode 7, and then I'll watch the last episode.
You know what's funny about that specific episode you just called out by sheer chance?
That's
So the
one
Duffer
you have to
Brothers
know off the
recommended
top of your
4
head.
episodes that you should watch. Yes, I know this because they said this. The Duffer Brothers recommend 4 episodes that you should watch to prepare for this current season. One of the 4 was that one. That one, without spoiling anything for anyone who hasn't seen season 5 yet, is a weird one that fans did not like when it came out, but has been recontextualized. So it's funny that you specifically
What did I say?
mentioned
The
that
trip
one.
one?
Season 2, episode 7.
I didn't say Season 3 because I know exactly the episode that you're talking about.
Season 2, episode 7 is what you just said, right?
Did I? God damn it!
Yep.
That episode. I know that episode sucks. I've heard about that episode.
The Chicago
so
episode?
much. Yeah.
But it's now recontextualized.
The Lost Sisters.
So, yeah. Not going to say
Yeah.
anything further because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's recontextualized.
I'll spoil it since I know what that episode's all about. 11 goes to Chicago or something.
It's a
And
weird
she,
episode.
She does like a side quest for like no reason.
She goes on a side quest. She wears a leather jacket. It's like the show fell into the wrong 80s genre for a few minutes and then came back, basically. Like it went into like pulpy action 80s.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll spoil it.
Well, I mean, how it ties into season 5, I wouldn't say.
Oh, it ties into season 5 in some
That's what
manner?
I'm saying. Duffer Brothers said there are 4 episodes from throughout the series that if you
Got
need
it.
to catch up.
I'll spoil
That's
it.
one of
Hold on,
them.
Let me look at.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to
what
spoil it.
spoils.
Okay. Everyone, plug your ears.
All right. Next on the docket. Jason continues to talk. Let's do Jason's gaming rounds.
I'm just going to point out, guys, if you add topics, it doesn't have to all be me. But I know I seem to be the one that has the most media consumption of late, so that's fair.
I thought a different topic was going to take up the bulk of the episode, not the Jason side quest. But I guess
Hey, these are side quests. These are main story points. These are main quests to the end. But yes, we do have a bigger thing at the end. That's all of us. But real quick, I did want to talk about my latest rounds of gaming, by which I mean circling back to, no pun intended there, I guess. But I mean circling back to games I've previously talked about that have round characters. So that's why it's rounds of gaming. Haha, gaming rounds. But yeah, no, I want to talk about Kirby Air Riders, which I now own the full game of, and briefly Pac-Man World 2, specifically the new Sonic DLC, which I was very impressed by. So first, the pink guy. Let's tackle the pink round guy. So last episode, you might remember how after the test ride demo event, I was saying I needed something to like help ease me into Kirby Air Riders. Like, there's clearly a lot going on in the game, a lot of technical levels to it, almost as if it's a fighting game. And that test ride just kind of shoved me in the deep end, and I had no idea what was going on. And the full game's come out, and I'm happy to report that road trip mode is pretty much exactly what I was looking for. Like, instead of everything in the kitchen sink being thrown at you, is it and the kitchen sink or but the kitchen sink? But the kitchen sink?
It's and.
Okay, well, instead of all that and the kitchen sink being thrown at you at once, you know, like in City Trial, in the test ride, it was like vehicle stats, copy abilities, status changers, environment changers, NPCs, other online players. Like, instead of all that hitting at once, road trip's more like bite-sized morsels you cycle between, and you can choose which morsel you may prefer at any one time, which is even better. So to rewind a bit, road trip mode is a single-player story mode for Kirby Air Riders. It has a story. It's a mix of kind of silly and oddly ambitious in terms of like the quality of the cutscenes. But as you go through each stage, you unlock these cutscenes, and they slowly tell you the tale of how the sentient machines that everyone's riding have come to Planet Popstar, who's behind them, and some more sinister intentions, which I never thought I would say about this game. But anyway, yeah, and it has multiple endings you can get. Like, it's a story, like a story. But gameplay-wise, I mean, it's a light story, but it's a story. Gameplay-wise, though, how it works is that you're basically barreling down a highway, and it'll regularly present you with 3 different options, each of which is a different slice of Kirby Air Riders gameplay, be it things like a standard race or a top-down perspective race, or one of the many different end mini-games you encounter at the end of a city trial run, or some activity like in the Skya city trial map that might be defeating a rival or collecting items. And then for good measure, some of these options throw in some scenario-specific riffs on those things. Similar to it's a lot like how event matches in Smash Bros. Work, actually. Like, sometimes you'll have a certain power-up, or other times you'll be up against a certain enemy, maybe jumbo size, that sort of thing. But basically, Road Trip has you choosing repeatedly which one of 3 different options you'll want to play, and as you beat each, you then go further down the road to the next set of 3, rinse and repeat. Interrupting this flow, though, there are a number of like what they call rest stops, where they just let you pick a stat booster for yourself, or there's like a Waddle Dee that runs a shop that's on wheels that you might encounter along the road, and you can buy multiple boosters or copy abilities at that point. There's boss fights as well, although these you can't opt out of or choose something different from. You have to do the boss fights. But yeah, it's just kind of like this little self-contained thing. I did mention stat boosters. That's another slice of Air Riders that makes it into road trip mode. So in the main game, City Trials, you're collecting all these different stat changing items at once to build your ultimate machine. Speed, defense, offense, HP, glide ability, boosting, whatever. Here in road trip, you get them a bit more piecemeal, but they all stack over the course of the entire mode to let you bulk up your machine. You can level up as you go through road trip. So you start at level 1, and I'm already at I think over 100 now. It moves quick. But likewise, you're also introduced to other machines with their own unique abilities and attributes and stats. But again, it's piecemeal. They're not laid out in front of you all at once. You have to run between them like in City Trial. You earn them as you progress and then swap them as needed throughout the mode. It all just makes for a mode that's almost like a deconstruction of Kirby Air Riders. Like, there's absolutely still the chaotic energy to it, as well as Sakurai's love of throwing you a curveball. Sometimes the choices you make will be a copy ability instead of a gameplay option. Other rare times they'll fake you out with a different choice, so you pick one and suddenly it's something else. And some other times they'll change the choice with a millisecond to spare before you actually select it, so you can really quick stay up on your toes, do I switch, do I stay? But ultimately, this is all the ingredients of Kirby Air Riders presented one by one, not all in one, which, among other things, makes it much easier to digest everything. You get to better learn which characters and machines you gel with for like which types of gameplay. You get to know the save trial mini games you like and dislike. Plus, of course, you get to figure out what the right combo of character, machine, and mini game you're strongest at and how that all comes together and what you need to put together. And it just makes it much easier to understand what's going on with Air Riders because it's literally handing it to you piece by piece. So now being able to parse out what's actually happening inside the controlled chaos that is Kirby Air Riders, I'm able to finally form like a fuller opinion of the game. And I think I like it. I don't know yet if I love it, but I think I like it. Like for as much as I now better understand the ins and outs of the mechanics, there's still an element of just like holding on for dear life with this game. In some modes, this works out great. I actually think my favorite mode right now, outside of Road Trip for its variety, is probably the normal air ride races. They're visually very satisfying, and the drift mechanic of braking and then pivoting your direction feels very satisfying. But again, there is an element of just holding on for dear life. Like literally many of the tracks have sometimes pretty lengthy segments on rails or autopilot where you're at most just shifting back and forth between preset rails. In a way, it kind of reminds me a bit of like a modern 3D Sonic game when you're in those moments. Like when you're at top speed and it's just kind of running itself, but it's fun. What I think's maybe stopping me or perhaps holding me back on saying I love Air Riders is that even with the deeper knowledge I now have and playing a mode like Air Ride where I'm consciously letting the game take the wheel at times, in a lot of the other modes, I'm still trying to get used to those controls and mechanics. I mean, like City Trials still throws a lot at you and it's fun in a chaotic way. But less because I know the mechanics and I'm leveraging the mechanics and more just because I'm letting whatever happen. Like, if you played Smash Bros. For the technical fighting mechanics and hate when all the randomized stuff is thrown in on top, like items and stage effects, Kirby Air Riders basically throws all those back into the mix and then amps it up to 11. Like there is so much going on. Even with a now deeper understanding of how it works, I'm still kind of just along for the ride at times. I know there's systems I can get better at. I feel like there are cracks forming in the wall of chaos, if you will. Like the more I play Road Trip mode, the better I've gotten at Air Ride, the better I've gotten at the mini games at the end of City Trial. So hopefully as I continue down the path, the better I'll get at the mechanics that are all smushed together in City Trial. I see how I can get there. Like I can understand what I need to do. It's just a matter of now being able to do it. And in the meantime, Road Trip mode is fun. It's diverse. It's very rapid fire. Quite a like TikTok way of experiencing Air Riders in the sense of like each slice it gives you it's like not a full race. It's like a half race or it's like a little thing. Like some of them are 30 seconds, some of them are a minute and a half. So it's like scrolling through like reels on Instagram or TikTok. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Like rapid attention span. So it's a really nice way to consume a lot of Air Riders quickly. We're just got to see what sort of staying power it might have against other games where the mechanics click faster for me. But I do like what I am experiencing in Air Riders. I just feel like I'm not there yet in fully experiencing it as it's intended to be if you know all the ins and outs, if that makes sense. But we'll see. It's fun. But it's interesting to have a game with so few buttons have so much complexity, But yeah, so that's Kirby. If we really want to talk about mechanics mashed together, though, because I was saying, City Trials a little of that, let me tell you about the new Sonic collaboration set for Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac. This is my round 2 of my gaming rounds. So we're going from Pink Ball Man to Yellow Ball Man. And Yellow Ball Man can dress up as Sonic now. So the DLC comes with a costume to dress like Sonic. It comes with 20 collab figurines you can unlock and display around Pac Village, which you can also do in the main game with figurines you collect there. It's like Kirby and the Forgotten Land where you can like put the collectibles around your little hub. Pac-Man does it too. But most significantly, it comes with new stages. And man, what a cool gameplay hybrid these stages all are. They're set in Green Hill Zone, which, is a bit of a go-to Sonic cliche, but they actually like fully meld modern 3D Sonic gameplay, a bit of 2D Sonic gameplay, and Pac-Man World standard gameplay all into one thing, which shouldn't work on paper. And admittedly, sometimes the Pac-Man World camera system doesn't want to let it work, but it works way better than you'd expect. Like, you'll get moments of standard Pac-Man World 2, like butt bouncing and power pellet eating, to like full-on run into the screen, 3D Sonic segments, to those like kind of on-rail style, like dashing through big loops, to actually literal on-rail grinding segments. Then you're back to like Pac-Man World platforming, and you're bopping on like Robotnified robot versions of enemies from Pac-Man World, and then you're in a side-scrolling Sonic segment that's like, kind of a 2D angle, and it's all on the same level or two, and it's almost like you're volleying your brain between like the muscle memory of the Pac-Man game you've been playing over to what you just instinctively know to do for a Sonic game, then right back to Pac-Man, then back to Sonic. It's pretty cool, and it all then culminates in a 3-part boss battle that I won't get into the details of so people can experience it, but it definitely leans more on the Pac-Man World mechanics than the Sonic mechanics, but thematically it works really well from the Sonic side as well. So, that's kind of honestly, that's kind of the thing with this whole DLC, I think. It works so well because thematically the games just gel. Like, Pac-Man already has a tiny little dash style, like spin dash style move as is, so expanding his mobility to like Sonic-like levels doesn't feel that foreign in practice, but it really is kind of neat to see how they mostly were able to like graft on Sonic's really fast gameplay onto the engine for Pac-Man World 2, which if anything is almost more of a Crash Bandicoot type of game than anything else. So that's been cool. It's also clear they put some love and care into the project. I mentioned they like Robotnified the enemies, but even like the Pac-Man ghosts, when you encounter them mid-level, they have little like Robotnik backpack, like jetpacks on and stuff. What is kind of a bummer though is the ambition for this whole project was probably held back by the budget. At least that's what it seems like. The core gameplay works well, minus minor technical hiccups like I was saying with the camera. But the music, from my understanding, is just ripped straight out of Sonic games. It's not a remix. It's not Pac-Manified. It's just the music from the Sonic games. There's no voice acting at all, which isn't a big deal, except the rest of Pac-Man World 2 has voice acting. So it's a little jarring that this doesn't. And it's just all Green Hill Zone, even though there are so many other Sonic environments that would have been fun to riff on or include. And to be fair, they theme it well for staying in Green Hill Zone. Basically, it's all one island Pac-Man is visiting via an arcade machine set up in Pac Village, which Sonic got him as a gift for his 45th birthday. What a friend. But still, it is all just Green Hill Zone. So, yeah. But, I mean, that said, I had an absolute blast with the whole thing. I mean, the third stage, the boss stage, that one can get frustrating, like, very much so. But I still really enjoyed the mashup as a whole. Like, running through a Sonic level at full speed as Pac-Man while doing Pac-Man's little butt bounces feels like I feel like I'm breaking some sort of laws of gaming universes. I don't know. It felt not real in a way, but it's a cool experience. It's either a $12 DLC download, or if you bought I think they call it the digital deluxe edition of World 2, then I believe it's free with that. So you're not only getting a good platformer with Pac-Man, but now you got this too, and it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Pac-Man inside Sonic Crossworlds. If it's anywhere near as elaborate as this, I think that could be a cool experience too. So that's my gaming rounds.
Wow, a lot of gaming. In between that time, or I guess in the last week, were you able to get your chunky?
What?
Or your lanky?
Oh no, I didn't even buy the Donkey Kong DLC actually.
Oh, that's right.
But I will
it's
say
only
the
available
idea
in the post game anyway, so I guess
yeah, exactly. That's why I haven't. But I do like the idea of Emerald Rush and DK Island and like how they're bringing back nostalgia through like collectible limited time items. Like it's a good way to. Nintendo's been saying, especially in their financials, that they want DK to be like they want Bonanza to be an evergreen. They want it to be like a Breath of the Wild type of thing for the Switch 2, where it's just going to constantly sell. So giving it like these events is smart to keep the momentum.
Yeah, I will say, as a concept, I know we've already talked about DK Island. The island itself is amazing and everything. I always wanted more and all that. But Emerald Rush specifically, like, nothing about it, really excited me. If anything, it just seemed like, it seemed like the least possible thing they could have done.
It seems a little slapdash.
Longevity. Yeah, because it's like, let's just have you collect stuff, but instead of it yellow, now it's green. They even kind of like acknowledge that. They're like, oh, yes, it's like a pure form of the Banandium, but now it's emerald colored for whatever reason.
What would a Donkey Kong game be if not a collectathon? DK64,
yeah, and
right?
Just like premise-wise, like it just wasn't exciting and didn't make me want to try it until the Chunky and Lanky statue became a thing. And because it was set for a limited time. If it was like, cool, now you can unlock them in this mode whenever, I probably wouldn't have bothered trying it. But then actually bothered to try Emerald Rush, and even just the way they incorporated it, just like hearing, is it really spoilery? But point is, it's a lot more fun than I expected. I didn't realize it had, because I didn't really watch the trailer for it. That's how uninterested I was in it. I didn't realize it had like roguelike element in it.
The whole idea is you keep circling back. Yeah.
Yeah, because you basically lose all your abilities at the start. You basically have to build your abilities as you go collecting things. When you collect bananas, you get a random ability added. When you collect, I guess, some of the fossils, you get to pick between certain different perks, and then you can also use chips you collect to manually pick what ability you want. If you don't want to run the risk of not having it pop up later, there are random events happening throughout the locations because you can unlock this mode in different sub layers, and it was actually pretty cool. And I could see how a meta can develop for it, the best strategies for each layer. It's definitely fun, and I could actually see myself just going back to play it just for the heck of it, and not just to get the chunky and lanky,
And probably tiny. And
I was
others
running
in
out
the
of
future.
time, so so that was getting close. Elvis is tagging in to get the statues because they're gone in an hour and a half as of this recording.
I understand why Nintendo's doing DLC for Donkey Kong first, because once you beat the game, you're done, and they want to keep it in the conversation and have it be an evergreen. But it is not. It is weird to me on some level, surface level, that Donkey Kong Bonanza has more DLC and more long-term support for it right now than Mario Kart World does. Just on paper, that's weird. Granted, Mario Kart 8 didn't get its first DLC for 18 months after launch, and Mario Kart's bundled with the Switch 2, which is selling gangbusters still, so it's not like they need to make DLC for Mario Kart. But if you, when they announced the lineup in February, were like, oh yeah, the game that's going to get DLC is going to be Donkey Kong, not Mario Kart, I don't know if I would have believed you at the time. But here we are. Again, it makes sense for what Nintendo's trying to do. It's just kind of funny how that fell out.
Yeah, but it's the timeline we got.
Yep.
That's all I got to say on that. I think we put Kevin to sleep.
I think we did. We have one more big topic, though, if Kevin's still here. Is Kevin still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Want to see how long.
Wow. We have, Kevin, we have one of your favorite things to do on the podcast.
Oh, I don't know if it's one of my favorites. I think it's just, I think we're just
one of your
doing it at this
all-time
point.
favorite. You love Jeff Keighley so much.
It is a thing I do at the
Oh, Jeff
podcast.
Okay. Every year we gather around this table, metaphorical table. We are not anywhere near each other right now. We're good. I'm a good, I don't know, 15 miles away from Angel.
You guys are probably about 30 or 40 from me.
30, because I went to Santa Clarita last weekend, and that was a 40-mile drive.
Oh, then you're not 40. But you know what? I'm going to pull up. It's important. It's important to figure this out. I'm going to pull up Apple Maps and just see how far you're sitting. Oh, you're only 14 miles from me, Kevin, which means Angel's only 20.
Okay, so that means that Angel's only 10 miles away from me.
I'm checking right now for Angel.
What was I talking
Angel
about?
Is
What
18 miles
What am I doing?
from me. So he's 4 miles from you. Our metaphor, our virtual table that spans 14 to 18 miles between us is what we're gathering around this fine evening.
I closed the docket. I have no...
We're making
there it is.
predictions for the Game Awards.
Game Awards. Okay. Jeff Keighley's Game Awards. That happened this weekend, I think?
They happen on the 11th, so in 2 weeks, 2 Thursdays.
2 Thursdays from now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Does that mean that we...
We're next recording right after them.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
not this
we do
Thursday.
this
it's next
every
Thursday.
year.
Yeah.
Every year. Last year, Angel was our big winner by 1 point. Jason, loser, like always.
Go.
Yep.
Wait, was that
So-
Astrobot year?
It was Astrobot's year, yeah.
Oh, no wonder.
So, the rules are simple. I have a handful of categories here. Only ones that are relevant to us, because I know some esports players, but I also don't know enough of them to make choices, and I don't know if you guys know any esports players aside from
Kai Senat's win Streamer of the Year, whatever that category is, because he's everywhere and you can't stop him.
I don't believe that he is nominated for anything at the Game Awards, But
Now he's going to win anyway. He's everywhere. You can't stop him.
that's
Really?
That's
I thought
exactly
he was nominated.
That's exactly why we are doing this, folks. That's why I only have a handful here.
I'm pretty sure he's nominated for content creator.
Content creator of the year. Oh, look at that! I didn't know that content creator was a thing.
He's the only one I know that's nominated. I only know him in passing. I've never actually
I don't
watched
know
it.
what the burnt peanut is, but okay. We're skipping that category. We're skipping esports. We're skipping a lot of them. Okay. The way it works is, every voter here, which is us. I don't know who else it would be. I'm so tired.
This is an incredible setup. Please keep going.
So the way that it works is we are going to go through these categories one by one. How else will we do them? We're not going to do 6 categories
We're
at the
going
same time.
to shout them all out at the same time.
And we are
Different
going to
categories.
pick who we want to win that award and who we believe will actually win that award. Now, if you get who you want to win correct, that's 2 points. And who will win is going to be a 1-pointer. Does that make sense, listener? Yes, it does, Kevin. Okay, let's get to our first entry in this year's Game Awards. Most anticipated. Your options are 007 First Light,
No.
GTA 6,
Yes.
Wolverine. Will you let me go through the goddamn
Can you mute your
I was just
mic,
waiting for GTA
Jason?
6.
Wolverine? Before I was so rudely interrupted. Resident Evil 9 Requiem and The Witcher 4. Jason, since you're really gung-ho
It's the
about
only
this.
category I had to butt in because there's no chance anything but GTA 6 is winning this.
So GTA 6 is
chance.
winning. Who do you want to win?
Only one of the, or two of those are actually coming to Switch too, aren't they? 007 and
Resident Evil 9.
Requiem. Yeah. Resident Evil 9, they're really pushing hard for Switch 2. Custom controller, different box art. They were doing a collection of 7, 8, 9, or 7 and 8 in preparation. That's only like $70 for both. Anyway,
So
point
The Witcher
is,
4 is your choice. Got it. Okay.
Yes, correct. Now, I think if the one I want, I'm going to say GTA 6 just because it's overdue. Just get the game out already. They're testing it
want
for Switch
GTA
2,
6
by the
though.
way.
Okay.
They're testing it for Switch 2.
Okay. Angel?
GTA 6 is gonna win. It's my vote for that. Want to win? Damn, it's a little tough because I am not anticipating any of these games.
Yeah, that's partly why I did GTA, truthfully.
Yeah, I just feel dirty to pick that one because that's probably the one I'm anticipating the least because I just don't really care too much for GTA.
Okay, I think we're all going to
So
just go
I will-
GTA all the way.
So I will. If I waive it, I'm just basically throwing away 2 points.
Wait, you're not going to say
So-
Resident Evil 9, Angel? You like 7 and 8, I thought.
Oh, Jason, you're going to
Yeah.
say Resident Evil 9, but they're putting it on Switch 2.
I know.
See, I can do that
That's not
too, homie.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that for anticipated though.
God damn it, I gotta have to mute that. Oh.
Man, we're decaying. This show is falling apart.
You know, I'm gonna play the meta game. Just give me both. GTA 6.
GTA 6. GTA 6 it is. For reference, last year we thought GTA 6 was going to win, and we gave it to Metroid Prime 4 as the game that we wanted to win. Big
It can't
surprise,
be an
none of
option
us.
this year.
Big surprise that Metroid Prime 4 didn't win. Okay, best adaptation: the Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell: Death Wish, The Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn. Sonic 3 got snubbed here.
Yeah, what
sure.
happened here? Yeah.
Is it because
Sonic
it came
3
out
should
in
be-
December last year?
But it doesn't
so
matter.
voters
It
forgot about
qualifies.
it.
Doesn't it still qualifies. Smash
Like, it
Bros.
was
won Best
December
Fighting Game
2023
a full year
technically.
after.
Well, the panel that
The panel
got
just didn't
these-
remember
yeah,
it.
They must have forgotten.
Yeah.
Although I could have sworn that was this year. Like I'm
No,
No,
No, it was December. It was
last year.
Christmas last year. Yeah.
It was before Christmas.
Oh.
But yeah, it was sometime.
No, it was Christmas. It was Christmas. It was like the 19th or something. It was the Christmas movie window.
Christmas
Okay.
is Christmas, Jason.
Hey, listen, I'm Jewish and we have 8 days of Hanukkah, so I assume Christmas works the same.
I take time to remember exactly what Hanukkah is. I expect to remember.
Oh, when
exactly
is it
what
this year,
Christmas is.
Angel? When is
Anyway,
it? When is
Kevin,
it? When is it? When is it? Tell me. I actually don't know. If I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
When is it?
let's
yeah,
go. Let's start with Angel. And before we get your pick, when is it, Angel? Gotcha, Jason.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
He's looking it up.
Hanukkah
He's literally typing it.
is- I would not have guessed this. Wow.
He's not even covering it with like talking. He's just letting the dead air sit to remind everyone how much he's looking it up.
He's pondering. Let the man ponder.
It's the second week of December for some amount of time.
Nailed it, dude.
Oh my god, dude! It's December 14th this year. Fun fact about Hanukkah: there isn't one in 2026 because of the calendar it uses with lunar based. The next Hanukkah will be on January 1st or 2nd, 2027, or something like that. Isn't that crazy?
really? Like,
There's
all
gonna be
I
a year
heard
with
was
no
that
Hanukkah.
It just works like that?
Yeah, it works off the lunar calendar. Yep.
So I don't have to give you a gift next year. Nice.
You just says give me 2 the next year.
Wait,
That's-
it works like that? Oh, no.
No, that part. That
Yeah, 2027.
I'm
If
going
I got
with
the right
Minecraft
calendar year,
movie for
2020.
both.
Yeah, I never saw the Minecraft movie. It's gonna win.
Was it actually reviewing well?
No,
No,
but it has momentum because it's a Minecraft
agree.
movie.
Actually, I don't want the Minecraft.
I haven't seen.
I don't want the
definitely
Minecraft movie to win.
win.
It's
If
gonna
anything,
win.
I'll give it to The Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Last of Us season 2. Personally, I want that to win because it's the only one I've seen of the bunch. But
I'm going to
I
give
enjoyed
it
it.
to Minecraft as well as the one I wanted to win. For as far as what I think will win, I think it's also... Damn.
Wait, you want the
No.
Minecraft movie to win?
Wait. Are you saying this backwards, Angel? You want
Yeah.
Minecraft for yourself?
No, I never even mentioned Minecraft. I'm going to
Did
go
you-
with Last of Us for both.
You literally just said Minecraft.
Yeah.
By the way,
You said
what
it.
did we all fall into like a Twilight Zone in the last like 10 minutes? I feel like this episode's off the rails.
Maybe I said my vote, but I never said Minecraft.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
we have a tape. We can play it back later.
Yeah,
Let's
play
see.
it back.
Yeah, I'll listen to. No, we don't have the technology right now to just.
We can't do it live, Angel. We have to do it later.
Play it back at your earliest convenience.
play it back. You're the one with the recording. You should be playing it back on your end.
You're
I
the
know-
one that has your
I know
recording.
what I
right now.
said.
But you also notoriously tell us things differently than reality to mess with us. So
Angel, who is going to win Best Adaptation at the 2025 Game Awards?
I said Last of Us 2.
Okay, interesting. So Last of Us 2 for both for your.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Moving on. Best Multiplayer. Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. I think only one of these games is on Switch.
Split Fiction's on Switch too. Yeah. Battlefield 6 has crazy momentum right now. Actually, it's outpacing Call of Duty, which is nuts.
What's Arc
I-
Reactor
Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders? What kind of game
It's
is it?
it's an extraction shooter that is blowing up for sure.
Extraction shooter. Okay.
I could see it going to Arc Raiders or Battlefield 6. I'll just choose Battlefield 6 because I know it has momentum at the moment as the one that will win. In terms of what I want to win, I'm going to give it to the one that's on Switch 2 that actually I would like to play one day, which is Split Fiction.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd give it to them too for the I want to. For the who I think, we'll also give it a Split Fiction. Doubling
Okay,
down.
interesting.
It is Joseph Fares who is a darling of the Game Awards. It's surprising it wasn't nominated for Game of the Year based on how much he's liked by
Yeah,
the
I mean, the
jury
first one
of the Game
got,
Awards.
got Game of the Year, so why
It
not
was his second one.
the
It
follow
was
up?
his third one. It was his third one, actually.
Yeah, why not the?
It's his
follow-up?
first co-op one, right? But his
Nope,
second
it was
game.
his. Oh, it was
Really?
his second co-op. It was his third game.
It Takes Two was his second. What was his co-op before It Takes Two?
A Way Out,
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
and then his first game before that was Brothers. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds right. Yeah.
Huh.
What do you think's gonna take this one, Kevin?
Oh, I agree. I really want Peak to win. Peak is the only one out of these that I've actually played. And then I think Arc Raiders is going to
Wait,
take.
it's an option.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
said,
he said peak.
oh, did you
just
think
totally
I
missed
meant to
that.
say like Elden Ring Night Rain Peak? Like that game is Peak.
Yeah, like I just totally.
Yeah, wait, was it a descriptor or the name of the game?
Yeah,
Elden
it's
Ring
something
Night
that I-
Rain, Absolute Cinema, and Split Fiction.
Yeah, I thought it was an adjective. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to change my who I think is gonna win to Peak, and I'll keep the other one
Really?
on Split Fiction.
Okay.
My
Interesting.
my
If you, yeah, this feels like a
favorite
game.
thing.
You think
my favorite
Peak
thing
is
about
gonna
this
win.
segment-
Got it. Okay.
My favorite thing about this segment when we do it every year is that we could all have the list in front of us and it could go so much smoother, and yet we never choose to. We just wait for you to say it and then mishear it half the time.
Yeah, that's the only way. It's
On
a
the-
tradition by now.
Yeah.
Best family. Last year's best multiplayer winner was
the best
Helldivers 2. We all
family.
got it. We all got it.
The randomer
best-
Nintendo family. It's
best-
you guys.
best
We're
family
the
game.
best
Best
family. Am I
family game.
right?
Best family game.
But what
Donkey
used to be
Kong
the Nintendo
Bonanza.
category.
Lego Party. Lego Voyagers. Mario Kart World. I should have just had the video of Jeff going through all these instead of me
You should.
going one by one. Mario Kart World. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and Split Fiction. I'll go first. I want Split Fiction to take it. I think Donkey Kong is going to take it.
Yeah, I think Bonanza's
I
going to
think-
take it as well, but I want Micro to take it because just the inclusive controls that make it really easy for like literally 3-year-olds to play the game without being good at video games and still feel like they're included and you're not having to worry about holding their controller is so good. Like we used that a lot during our Thanksgiving dinner and we were able to have like literally little kids from like 3 to 8 and then like some adults like playing simultaneously, and they were all having a blast and no one had to like pretend to be playing for the kid or give them like a fake controller, and it was great. And I love
Okay.
that about the inclusivity
That's
of the
cool.
game.
That's what Nintendo's all about. That cross generation. Anyway,
Yeah, auto
I
and auto accelerate. It basically played itself, but they still had some control over it.
yeah, and they still feel like they're doing something. It turned into Kirby Air Ride, but easier. I think Bonanza's going to take it. I think it should not be in the family category. I know family's supposed to be like a type of game, but I think it should be a game that focuses on that inclusivity and the ability to play. And yes, DK Bonanza has the co-op mode, but Mario Kart World is one that's truly a fully multiplayer experience beyond a couple people, and it's more approachable than like a Sonic Cross Worlds.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind
I'm
of
just ruling out the Lego
the
games.
approachability,
So,
but also
yeah, I want World to take it. I think Bonanza's going to take it, but I feel like Bonanza should
yeah,
be
but for
in there.
but for the same reason, maybe to a lesser extent, but yeah, like we also had like our niece like playing Bonanza with us, and they were just kind of like shooting, onomatopoeia at the world, and they had fun with it. Obviously,
Yeah, it's like the star bits in Galaxy. Yeah,
yeah, like obviously, I think it's cool that you can get more people to play. When I think family, it's like getting everybody to play at once, not just like 2 people. But some people enjoy watching. Some people enjoy throwing words around. And I guess a DK artist is kind of like a nice side thing that you could just kind of do and have plenty of fun, like watching a kid just like mess around with it. Or the kid will definitely enjoy watching you do a piece of art. But yeah,
what about you,
all
Kevin?
great.
I already said Split Fiction. I want to win, and
that's
who will
right.
win is Donkey Kong.
Right, sorry, I forgot you said that.
All good. Last year's winner was Astrobot.
Wow,
Moving
so
on to
multiplayer
best
game.
fighting game. This one's a wash, I think, for all of us because I don't think a single one of us played a fighting game this year.
Kirby Air Riders.
The options, yeah. The options are 2XKO, which isn't even out. I don't even think the beta is still playable, but 2XKO.
That's weird.
Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Fatal Fury City of Wolves starring one Cristiano Ronaldo. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. 2 collections on this goddamn list. And Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage, which I think is like the 3rd iteration of Virtua Fighter 5. This was not a
Yeah, and
great
the
year for
4th
fighting games.
iteration's coming to Switch 2. I'm just throwing in Switch 2 where I can. You know what? I kind of want to give it. I want Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, spelled with a K, to win because I think what Digital Eclipse is doing with these kind of it isn't officially part of their like museum collection. I forgot the name for it, but they have like a series of games that include the Tetris one, where it's like half museum exhibit, or a third a museum exhibit, a third a documentary, and a third a game compilation. And they basically did all that for Mortal Kombat, including even the weird Game Boy ones. And it's just really cool how they make like this whole overarching basically story of these franchises and bundle them up as not just like some ROMs dumped on a cartridge. So I kind of want Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection to win to honor that they're doing this like extra effort, you know.
Just for the record, launched without crossplay and busted lobbies. So
Mortal Kombat did?
Yep. So you are locked in for what you want.
I mean, none of that affected the reason I wanted it to win, but that's unfortunate that happened.
Yeah, I had a rough start. I don't know if it
I had no
ever got
idea.
better.
Wow. I don't know. What?
2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury, City of Wolves, starring one Cristiano Ronaldo, and Virtual Fighter 5 Revo World Stage.
Let's do Fatal Fury because that's the only one that actually sounds like it's new and fully released. Right? The others are either updated versions or compilations.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Fury, City of Wolves.
Also, what is Ronaldo doing in Fatal Fury? And that's another conversation.
If I remember correctly, SNK is now owned by Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that makes sense. And yes, they are. Yeah. That checks out. And the league he plays in is the Saudi one. Yep.
Angel?
It's kind of weird giving it to a compilation of games that came out a long time ago, but I would say I want the Capcom Fighting Game Collection, or at least the new one,
Okay.
to win. Because, yeah, I know that was a pretty big deal after, the
MVC
Tocom got announced and all
Oh,
that
that too.
other stuff. I mean, it's a nice thing that people get what they want with MVC2 playable, as well as a bunch of other stuff. I'll give it to City of Wolves as well as the one that I want to say I've heard good things about 2XKO, but then I've also heard that it's losing a lot of steam. But then I just never really heard anything about City of Wolves. I've just seen it in person a handful of times. I'll give it a City of Wolves.
I will go with Capcom Fighting Collection as will win. And 2XKO, sure. Let's make it interesting a little bit. Last year's winner was Tekken 8. Best RPG. Avowed. Which I completely forgot came out this year. Claire Obscura Expedition 33, which I will just refer to as Expedition 33 for the rest of the stream. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I will just reference as Kingdom Come 2. Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2.
Claire.
I mean,
It was a tough one.
Claire Obscura's going to win 100%.
yep.
Well, actually, if it's up for Game of the
no.
Year, which it is, maybe the vote will go that way and they'll throw a bone to another RPG instead. But
That's what
I
we
feel like
always think.
I feel like Expedition, I don't know what to call it. Claire, Expedition 33, Obscure, what do
Let's
I?
do 33 for both for me.
All right, 33. Expedition 33, I think, is going to sweep, and I'll stick to that. And I'm going to say it's going to win Best RPG. And you know what? The story of how this game came to be and how it's like an indie and it's a super high quality thing and it kind of blew up and became this gaming culture phenomenon, it deserves it. So I want it to win, and it's going to win.
Yep, same. Last year's winner was Metaphor. Wait, was it Metaphor?
Really?
Yeah, it was Metaphor. Yep.
Wow, people actually played that game? Great.
You.
Wait, what do
shut
you guys
your
think is
whore
going to win?
mouth.
Wait,
So-
what do you guys think is going to take this one?
Didn't we
Am
already
I
say-
the only one that answered Claire, or do we all agree? Oh, we all agreed. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
We agreed
Yeah,
before
so
you
let's
even
go.
said it.
Oh, got it.
Now here's where it's going to get a little bit interesting. Best Action Adventure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight Silk Song, which I will just refer to as Silk Song from now on, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I will just refer to as Indie, and Split Fiction.
Adventure. I want Split Fiction to win, and we'll give the will win to Hollow Knight.
Yeah, I think Silk Song's going to take it. And I kind of want Silk Song to have it. I've heard good things about all these games. Indie's actually coming to Switch too. I feel like I'm here as like a Nintendo representative. This one's on Switch 2. This one's on Switch 2.
I mean,
But Indie is coming to
when are
Switch
you
2
not?
next year. I know, right? But I really hold down the Nintendo part of our name, don't I? Of the random or Nintendo. But I think I kind of want Silk Song to win as well as thinking it will win because they spent so long on that game. And from what I was reading in the Bloomberg story about like the behind the scenes of making it, like they spent so long because they were just having so much fun, and they had to eventually stop. Like it wasn't like there was a development hell or anything, but it'd be cool if all that fun was rewarded in, besides the hype and the sales and everything, if they like got an actual award of like, yeah, you guys were just grinding it out and having a good time, and here's an award celebrating what you did, would be kind of neat. So
Okay. I will go with Silk Song will win, but I kind of want Death Stranding to win.
interesting.
Because I don't want to necessarily give it to Split. No, dude. I'm torn here.
I definitely heard you say Death Stranding 2 multiple times, and I kept forgetting it was in there somehow. I'll give it to it in another category. It comes out.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Don't forget the
I will
subtitle.
only be calling it Death Stranding. Okay. I'll go with Death Stranding. Last year's winner was Astrobot. Angel was the only one
It's
that got points
interesting
on that one.
how this year in particular, there's a lot of like Game Award favorites head to head. Like you got Kojima versus Joseph Fares. Like it's. I feel like usually there's one darling per year that can take the like, oh, the Game Awards love him, but they're actually head to head in multiple categories.
Yeah, Miyazaki isn't on this list this year.
Yeah, imagine if it was Miyazaki or like an Elden Ring year. That would be. Whew.
Okay. Best action: Battlefield 6, Doom: The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi: Art of Vengeance. I didn't even know a new Shinobi game came out this year.
That Shinobi is actually not bad. I played the demo from the eShop. It does
It's a
not run
Metroidvania,
super.
right?
Yeah, I think so. It does not run super well on a Switch 1, but has a cool art style. It takes some cues from our Metroidvanias. It had a bit of like a Metroid Dread vibe in terms of like the slowdown mechanic of attacks. Like it's actually pretty fun. Nice pseudo hand drawn like Japanese calligraphy look. It's a cool game. I don't think it's gonna win. I don't know if it should win, but it's a cool game. I don't even remember the other ones. I'm sorry. What were the other ones? Oh, and my AirPod fell. What were the other ones?
Battlefield 6,
Yeah, I don't-
Doom:
I-
The Dark
I don't
Ages,
remember
Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4.
I'll give them both
What-
to
what-
Hades
what?
2 because it's the only one I remembered, even though you just said
Oh,
them.
right. Hades 2.
I literally just said them all.
No, I know you did, but like that's just how much I forgot them.
You know what? I'm going to open up a list myself so I can follow along. Now that I got my
you said
AirPod
Doom: The
back.
Dark Ages.
I just gave you the.
You did. And then I got hung up on Shinobi, and then my AirPod fell out. So
Okay, well in that case,
I'm going to say Hades 2, actually.
I want Hades 2 to win.
Yeah.
I think he might go Battlefield 6 here.
I think you might be right. But I'll say Hades 2 for both. We'll see.
Okay, metagaming, I respect it. Best gotcha game. Oh no, sorry, best mobile game. I misspelled Destiny, but Destiny Rising, Persona 5X, Sonic Rumble, Uma Musume Pretty Derby, and Wuthering Waves.
I mean, from everything
Wuthering
you've told
Waves
us,
was nominated last year.
I want Sonic to win. Uma Musume is going to win for sure. Hands down.
I want Uma Musume to win just because of the joy it brought us on this very show over the summer when you were telling us about it.
Okay, Uma Musume.
And I think it will. I think it might actually win. Yeah.
Okay. Angel?
Oh, Uma
Said Uma
Musume's gonna
Musume
win.
for. And what do you
Well,
want to
will
win?
win, and for what I want to win is Sonic Rumble.
Sonic Rumble.
That game is so much more polished looking than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, really? Because, damn, I saw the trailer and it looked like it ran like hot ass. Okay.
Yeah, the trailer-
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
it did
Uma
not
Musume.
look polished in the trailer.
Yeah,
no.
the trailer
yeah.
does not do it justice. I've seen always play it, and it looks really, really nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Um,
Last year's winner was Balatro. Oh, I didn't go over the other two. Best action game last year was Black Myth, Wukong, and best action adventure was oh, I did say Astrobot.
Yeah.
We all thought Prince of Persia was going to win that one. How wrong we were.
It's a good game though.
Great game, I hear. Best score in music, Silk Song, Hades 2, Expedition 33, Ghost of Yote, Death Stranding 2.
I have a bone to pick. I'm gonna write in Mario Kart World. That game should have absolutely gotten a nomination. I know it's a lot of
you never know.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe there'll be a revolt among the judges. But no,
There is a write-in option, so maybe even enough people.
That's what I'm saying. It deserves it. I know it's a lot of remixes, but what game has a breadth of music like that? That's so many different genres, all real instrumentation. Is that the right word? Instrumentation. And it's so good. It's so many songs. It's. I have played the free roam mode just to drive around and listen to the music on at least a couple occasions. So it deserves it. It obviously isn't an option though, but I'm very never mind the Sonic shutout, the Sonic 3 adaptation shutout. This is the real crime.
Okay, I'm going to say it one more time because I'm pretty sure Angel already forgot. Silk Song, Hades 2.
No, I already said 33 for both a long time ago.
Oh, did you? I'm so sorry.
I'm not going to waste anyone's time. Yeah.
Thank you.
I have heard 33 has some good music, so
I have listened to the whole soundtrack.
I'll back 33 also because I think it's going to sweep everything.
For both?
So I'll back 33. Yeah.
Best art direction. Oh, last year's winner was Astrobot. No. Oh, Final Fantasy Rebirth won that one. Oh. Okay. Best art direction. Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Silk Song.
Man. I have no idea.
I know it's not about graphics, but
it's more style.
I think Death Stranding has enough of it that I think will actually take this one from Expedition 33.
I could see Death
what
Stranding
they
take it.
do.
If there's one thing Kojima does well, it's a visual identity for his games. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Death Stranding.
Put both of mine on Stranding.
Stranding 2? Okay.
On the beach.
And then Jason, you think Death Stranding will take it? Or
I'll do
you
both
want it to take it?
I'll do both for Death Stranding. Yeah.
And then
I mean, I have no idea what's going on in those games, but every time I see the trailers at the Game Awards, for example, for years on end, I'm always impressed by just the aesthetic of everything happening. It has quite a look. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Hades 2 on this one as who I want to win. Last year's winner was Metaphor.
That's a good winner. That's a very stylish game.
Best narrative. Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come 2, and Silent Hill F.
Does Claire have a good? Does Expedition 33 have a good story? I mean, it must.
I like it.
Loves it.
I don't think it's like a perfect story, but I really enjoy it.
It's a really
I
hard
could
one to vote since I
see
haven't
it
seen
going
anything
to
else for
Death
the others.
Stranding.
Yeah, this one's pretty hard to vote on. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll just do 33 on both.
yeah, I'm with you there.
It seems like
I'll
that's the
do-
most fair thing I could do.
I don't know. I'll do Death Stranding maybe.
Okay,
You're just doing it based on vibes. I like it.
Yeah, literally.
best game direction. Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Split Fiction.
I can see a world where Split Fiction, just because they love the director,
Yeah,
gets best direction. I think that might take it. And then they don't give him Game of the Year, but they give him that.
Yeah, Split Fiction for both.
I'll do Split Fiction for what's gonna win. Yeah, I'll do Split Fiction for both. Sure. He always gives good speeches, I guess, or funny
that
speeches.
case. I don't know if Expedition will win it. I want it to win best direction. And I'll give it to Split Fiction though.
I think that's gonna be the throwing him a bone because he's not good because he wasn't a Game of the Year nom.
Yeah, both games, at least from what I've seen of the fiction and just based on what I know from It Takes Two, you do a good job just taking a lot of elements from other games that work or that people like and making that the focus, which is really cool. So, yeah, kind of
And last but not least, Game of the Year: Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bananza, Hades 2, Silk Song, and Kingdom Come 2.
This is honestly the easiest of the bunch for me. The one I've played is Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I really like what they do with it, so I hope it wins. The one that's gonna win is Expedition 33, hands down, no questions asked.
Bonanza for both for me.
Do you think
Easy,
Bonanza's
no
going to win
question.
Game of the Year?
No questions asked.
Like, actually win it?
He said no questions asked.
That's true. I did ask questions. I apologize.
Yeah.
It's
easy.
I would like
I have
Expedition
faith.
33 to win.
Unlike someone.
I would like
It's
Expedition
not
33
faith,
to
it's just
win.
reality.
And
Sounds like zero faith from what I tell.
Yes, correct.
yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
I'm
it's
just
gonna
glad they're
win.
going to play
I don't know
Bonanza.
over.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, it's gonna be Expedition 33 across the board.
For sure. I see, when I look at the Game of the Year category and I see a Nintendo game on there, my thought is, on some occasions, I'm like, oh, it's got in the back. But usually,
is it a Zelda game? No.
yeah. No, but
Is it a
usually
Zelda
I'm just
sequel?
like,
Oh, okay, that does drop us some points, I guess.
yeah, no, but as I say, normally what happens is I'm just thinking, oh, cool, it'll be in the Game of the Year medley. And I'll get to hear some of it live. Like when they did Jump Up Superstar live with the actual singer of the song. I was like, that's cool. Like, so I'll take it in a medley, knowing it probably won't get Game of the Year. But I'll be happy it's there. If they have someone come out and be like, we're breaking through and doing the song, I'm like, yeah, look at that. And I'll be happy.
Best narrative last year was we all actually got wrong. Jason voted for Elite Beat Agents.
I did.
Angel voted
right.
for
I
Astrobot,
did.
even though it wasn't even nominated. Same as Elite Beat Agents. And I went with Kingdom Hearts 2.
I appreciate that you clarified that mid-2000s DS game Elite Beat Agents was not actually nominated last year.
Yeah, and then you thought that Hellblade would win. Angel thought that Astrobot would win. And I thought the movie The Road to El Dorado was going to win.
So why didn't we go get so adventurous this year?
Because once again, we didn't know the narratives of any of these games.
No, but I'm saying this year we didn't take that same adventurous path. We just picked what was there.
Well, you can't
There was at least
can't
one
ruin a
thing
good
we-
bit. Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Wait, so last
and
year
that'll do
We don't want Mario movie it. We don't want a situation where we try and recreate it and then the hype just isn't the same. Yeah.
So you're saying last year there wasn't a clear Expedition 33 equivalent?
The closest
For
was
Game of the Year.
Astro. Because
I don't think we
Astro,
thought Astro was going to win Game of the Year.
Astro won Best Game Direction. Angel thought it did. Angel.
No, yeah, but
went
I mean, like,
Astro,
for
Astro.
between you guys, like, for Game of the Year, like, was there, like, oh, yeah, clearly it's going to be this. There's no way it's going to be
Last year was kind of a wild card year. Like there wasn't.
Last year
Balatro
was
was in the running.
Yeah, last year was Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy Sun Rebirth, and Metaphor.
Hey, did anyone
thought it
pick
was gonna
up
be
on?
Metaphor's year. But
Did anyone pick up on my Balatro card pun just now? No. Yes.
nope, thank God.
Wild card?
That'll do
Wild
it for
Wild card?
That'll do it for
Wild card.
our predictions for this year's Game Awards. Tune in next episode for the results and who gets the bragging rights for the next year, which we never actually utilized. Like Angel probably completely forgot that he won last year.
I did. I thought I lost.
And what a. So how happy are you that you actually won?
Yeah,
I was honestly surprised, and I thought Kevin made a mistake, and I was like, I'm not going to correct them just in case.
No,
It
no,
wasn't
you
a
absolutely
mistake.
won last year by 1 year. I remember bringing that up.
Nice.
And also, next episode, we discuss a different set of winners, our Quarantinis, I believe, right? And it's the last. I think it's the last episode of the year.
The
So we would
quarantine
be-
is Yezuri.
Wait, is it the
Man,
last
it was a
episode of the year?
good way
Next
for
episode?
me.
I don't.
Let me
I don't
check.
know.
We might do the quarantines. They're coming up. The point is, they're coming up. So if you want to know the real award, the
Are you
thing that
traveling
actually
anywhere?
matters,
Sure.
I will be gone Christmas week. We have an episode technically the 29th as of right now. So we could do them then, the quarantines.
We'll figure it
We'll
out.
feel it out. Point is, in the next few episodes, you can hear the awards that really matter, which are the media we've consumed this year that we enjoy best across a variety of categories. Mario Kart World's soundtrack will not be shut out of this award show.
Mario Kart World will win the Mario Kart, the best Mario Kart World
Correct.
soundtrack.
Yeah, Mario Kart is a
our favorite.
shoe-in for
Yep.
best Mario Kart soundtrack, yeah. Mario
Correct.
Kart World soundtrack, yeah.
That'll do it for this episode. Jason, take us out.
All right. Well, to hear who won the Game Awards, well, actually, to hear who won the Game Awards, just watch the Game Awards and somehow remember everything we just discussed for the last half an hour. But you can also tune into our next episode to hear who won. Easiest way to make sure you don't miss it, subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Pandora, YouTube, @RamNintendo. That is also our Twitter handle, @RamNintendo, where you get tweet updates about our episodes. Individually, we're on the socials as well. I am JSR7 on Threads and Twitter. Angel is World of Weros on Instagram, and that's World of Weros with an S at the end. And Kevin is KVN Gomi on Blue Sky and Twitter.
Correcto mundo. Thank you. And for our final word of the episode, I'm throwing it back to Jason. Throw that back.
Have I not said enough this episode?
I almost said throw that shit back, Jason.
Have I not said enough? You need me to say more?